Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, chat. Not chat. Fuck, I can't even do the intro right. This is episode 167, I don't know. It's Scuffed. That's literally the name of the podcast. I'm not even going to try today. Wonder's here. I'm annoyed. I didn't grab my fucking drink!
Yep, he says he needs a drink, walks out of the room, forgot his cup, and you need a cup for liquids, and walked out there, filled his cup, left his cup out there, came back in here and sat down.
Son of a fuck!
You good now, bud?
I don't know.
What else did you forget?
Are we recording?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know.
You're the expert.
Am I?
You're the expert scuffed person.
That's valid. I'm definitely scuffed. Oh, man.
It's already been a long week and it's Monday.
That's tough. That's tough. See, my week's... I don't have a weekend.
Uh-huh.
So my weeks all just kind of run together. So it's been a long week.
Right. This probably confuses people because we don't release these videos until like Thursday. So
Friday mornings. So, yeah.
But we record on Mondays.
Yeah.
Just because that's the only day I usually have that's free.
Well, that was the only day you had free over the last few months. Now you're free almost any night, but now just knowing we record Monday nights, so you don't make plans those days. Mm-hmm. It just makes sense.
Yeah, yep. So if I'm gonna have a really long day, it's gonna be a Monday. So I can just, that day already sucks. So
just power through. Well, and then just having an actual plan, unlike before, where it was just like, we need to record sometime this week. It's like, no, we record Mondays.
Yep, that way I can...
Time doesn't really matter. If you want to come here straight after work like you did today, cool. Right. If you want to go home and shower and eat and come over at 7:30, cool. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, it just depends on how smoky I am, because we're burning. I mean, Mondays will be really nice once water gets here, once my ride gets going, because I'll be done by 9 o'clock in the morning, and then probably play video games with you, and then we can kind of maybe discuss topics.
Yeah, we could actually
instead of just winging it every time.
Hey, we don't wing it every time. Last week there was a plan.
Winging it most of the time.
I still don't believe this.
Don't believe what?
Apparently CM Punk, wrestler, was backstage at Raw tonight. But I don't buy it. I don't buy it. He left WWE for like a big reason, so I don't... Oh, I guess maybe he actually was there. I didn't believe it, but can't tell in that video. That just looks like every white dude to ever exist.
Right.
It's probably why he's wearing the hoodie that covers up all of his tattoos and got the hat on so you can't tell what his hairstyle is. So he just looks like some white dude. It could have been The Miz.
Right.
I don't know. That's interesting. Oh, so we're going to talk a little football because it matters. What are you doing Thursday night? It's draft night.
Thursday night. Nothing that I'm aware of.
Well, you're not going to work Friday, right? I know that.
Don't think so. Hard to say.
Are you going to stay up for the Bills draft pick anyways?
Probably try to. Okay. Just depends on what time.
I don't know what that.
If I get tired, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Well, and it depends if you work the next day or not.
Right.
If you know you're not working, I can force you to stay up. Because I was going to say you should come on Run the North because we're doing a live stream for that. So you're the only Bills fan I know. So
right,
you could come yell about it.
Yeah.
Which what'll actually happen is, ooh, this name. Is he ain't good?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because it really... I mean, sure, pick someone up that's decent, but... I mean...
But you also you don't know that much about the college players, and I don't think you've watched... I haven't done that many videos about the draft prospects, and then I know you haven't been reading my articles, because nobody has. Sadness. But...
I'm illiterate, so I mean...
That's fair.
But you know, it just boils down to I kind of have faith in, you know, our Bills organization and the people in it. So I have faith that they will make a smart decision based on the, you know, it's not like they get the best pick in the world because, you know.
I don't know why Schefter used that picture. Sorry, I'm just confused. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is officially a Jet.
Yeah, I seen that.
I'm sorry.
It's all over everywhere.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's over for the Bills.
We'll beat them anyway.
I don't know if you will. I gotta look now. Well, you lost to the Jets once last year, and you beat them by 8 the other time. Because that's the thing. The Jets, their O-line's not great, but neither is the Bills. But the Jets' defense is better. The receivers are better. Now, yes, the Bills have the better top receiver, but the receivers are better. Especially now that Isaiah McKenzie's gone, so I don't even... You got...
Well, we picked up...
Diggs, Davis...
We picked up, what's-his-face from the...
You picked up somebody that wasn't any good, but... Alright, let's go look at the Bills' depth chart.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. I lost track.
But your receivers... Khalil Shakur is your wide receiver 3. Trent Sherfield from the Dolphins is who you were thinking of. But yeah.
We picked up another one from the Saints or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. But if you did, they're not any good. So they're one of Deontay Hardy, Desmond Patton, Isaiah Coulter, or Keyshawn Johnson. So whichever one of those that you got from the Saints is the one you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
we picked up some...
The Jets are going to be a scary team. But the trade, pick swap in the first round this year. So the Packers move up to 13. The Jets move back to 15.
Yeah.
Ooh. The Jets also receive a 5th round pick this year, number 170. While the Packers get a 2nd round pick this year, number 42. Pick number 207. And then a conditional 2nd round pick next year that becomes a first if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays this year.
Yeah.
Which is why I want the Jets to do something really goofy. In the 7th round, draft like Malik Cunningham or one of the other running quarterbacks in this class. And just have a bunch of sets where Rodgers just isn't in there. Make it so he doesn't play 65% of offensive snaps.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because he doesn't have to.
Yeah. That would be douchey, though.
That would be so incredible, though.
I never thought of that.
I'd do it. It'd be incredible. And then, once you secure the playoffs at the end of the year, especially if you know, we're not going to win the division, bench them. Fuck it. Be so fucking funny, dude.
I don't know. So,
why this picture? Why is he wearing number 8?
I don't know.
That's weird.
But I don't know. I don't think the Bills are, everybody's saying that the Bills aren't supposed to do as well this year, so
because they shouldn't.
They shouldn't. But I'd rather them not supposed to do well and then not do well versus they're supposed to do well and then still not do well.
Although Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Namath gave Rodgers his blessing to wear number 12, the new Jets quarterback is expected to wear number 8, the number he wore in college at Cal.
Oh, well, that makes more sense now.
Interesting. I guess he is going to be wearing 8. That's weird.
I think 8 looks better on him anyway.
I don't know.
Oh.
With Rodgers now traded to the Jets are expected to become primetime darlings when the NFL schedule is released next month and could play up to 6 primetime games. So exactly what they did with the Broncos, and we all know how that turned out.
Right.
Though I don't think Rodgers is going to have the fall off Russell Wilson did, because,
Well, Well, Rodgers isn't blind. That
Rodgers
helps.
is the GOAT, so...
But I genuinely think Russell
college.
Wilson is blind.
No, he's just short.
He's blind.
He's short.
Well, he was fine, and then all of a sudden goes to the Denver Broncos and just shits the bed.
Yeah, but the Broncos O-line's also awful, and Nathaniel Hackett exists. And...
That's true. That's true.
It'll be a day or two before the Rodgers trade is submitted to the league office. He'll sign a revised contract with the Packers to facilitate the trade, help Green Bay's cap, but everything has been agreed and will be official before the draft. Awesome. Oh, but I saw this thing. I don't know if that's the tweet you liked or not. Now I gotta look. No. NFL, or the Game Day NFL, which I think is Fox. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the Game Day is, but they posted a list. The top 10 AFC quarterbacks after the Rodgers trade. You got Mahomes, Burrow, Allen. Okay.
Sure.
Lamar. Okay.
Okay.
Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, and Russell Wilson. Why is
go ahead and move Herbert up there above Watson?
Yeah, and maybe above Lamar. There's an argument there. I'm not going to hate it either way. Pick your spot for it. Rodgers above Deshaun. Lawrence above Deshaun. Fuck Tua and Russ above Deshaun. Deshaun looked worse than Russ did in the time he got to play last year.
That's true. Yep.
Especially because at the end of the year, Russ started to kind of figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
He started piecing her together.
Well, yeah, they started scoring, at least.
Right? Like, part of that was Hackett letting go of the play-calling duties. And
True. That's true.
But, I'm also trying to think of what other quarterbacks exist who I'd put in over Watson and maybe even over Russ. But, no, the Raiders have Jimmy G now, which is gross. The Steelers suck. I'm not giving Kenny Pickett any credit. Mac Jones sucks. Okay, so that's... Other than that, it's probably right, I still think get Watson off the fucking list somehow. I don't care who you have to put in. I really don't. Give it to Ryan Tannehill. He's earned it. He exists. He's earned it. But that's just gross. I don't... Bring back Boba Fett. Oh, God. I'm really scared to read about this because it's just gonna make me mad.
Yeah, I know.
Will forever deserve better than the way Disney treats it. What? Disney hasn't done anything to Tamora.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Star Wars Theory, you're a fucking idiot. Unless I just don't understand what the issue is. But no. Boba Fett was not sidelined, you fucking weirdos. What is going on? What, has he been fired or something? I'm so confused.
Well, maybe they're just not having another season and they're pissed.
I mean, that's
what it sounds like.
That would make sense and I wouldn't be so mad, because then it's just Star Wars fans saying, Tamora Morrison. What? I don't... I was supposed to be in The Mandalorian Season 3, but nobody rang me. I was waiting for the phone call in New Zealand, waiting and wanting to give up. Oof. So he just didn't get to be in the season for no reason. Weird. Okay, so fair. People are trying to take him seriously because he made a joke about Mando, which is also fun. because they're using this as the, you know. So, because he's, you know, well, that Mando guy stole a few chapters of my book. It was painful watching him turn up with some black new lethal sword, and the way he turned up in my book of Boba, he just destroyed everybody. I'm sure this guy is ruining my show, but I couldn't say anything. I don't think he said that. You can't just write his quote and be like, yeah, see, he hated it, when he was probably laughing the entire time he said it. It's just weird. Or maybe he wasn't. Maybe he is mad. Either way. No, see, they're just ripping this quote, and it's so...
I kind of like your mock TikTok mock drafts on Twitter that you posted.
What thing?
Oh no, not on Twitter. You actually posted on TikTok.
The mock TikTok mock draft I did on Twitter. What, like the
on TikTok? I meant.
What not that video.
On Friday.
That one that I just posted earlier.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't even know if you saw that one. I'm waiting. Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I watched the whole thing.
Where I drafted for the Steelers.
I just like the one guy was super. Like, that doesn't make any sense. The other guy was like, dude, that makes like amazing sense. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I gotta be honest. I think part of that. So that entire thing was supposed to be like. So I wasn't initially invited. Miller Football was, and then it was just a bunch of really big TikTokers. You know, the bigger NFL TikTok people. But they couldn't. A bunch of people backed out the day it was supposed to happen, so Miller hit me up. He's like, hey, you want to jump in? And it's like, yeah. I think it's because they didn't know who the fuck I was. So they thought I was just some idiot. At least the one guy did, and the other guy just was like, okay, it's this dude making his pay. Which, the funny thing is, most of the big TikTokers who you would have thought weren't idiots were the ones doing stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott got traded in that draft. For some reason. Yeah.
That don't make any sense.
And then the Cowboys traded up to pick number 8 because of that trade for Dak. And then traded out of the pick. So they just don't have a quarterback. Even though Will Levis was on the board. So, like, you could have had a quarterback.
My thing is,
it was
like,
goofy.
A lot of people don't understand.
But I fixed those fucking Steelers. The fucking Steelers O-line real quick.
Yeah.
God, you took Anton over Broderick Jones. Fucking 8 picks later. I take Broderick Jones. There was a plan. There was a method to the madness.
See, that's the thing. It's like people don't understand. You know, you can manipulate things in your favor. Like that's how the draft. Like wild shit can happen in the draft, and that's why I wish you could be a professional.
You'd be dude.
Like, I wish your job was to do that because you would be really good at it.
Either a scout or a GM would be so fun.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yep, and then you can pay me a bunch to come just be like your paper boy or something.
But instead, I sit here and talk about it instead.
Mm-hmm.
Share my opinions. Normally, they're okay.
Yeah, maybe some GM out there someday.
Oh, dude, I get so mad at it though. I don't like Mel Kiper. He's ESPN's biggest draft analyst.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like Mel Kiper. But people will post like, oh, he said that he was 100% positive Jamarcus Russell would be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL 3 years after he was drafted. Yeah, dude, so was everybody else on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing. When you take a stab at predicting the careers of every player that gets drafted every year, you're going to be wrong more times than you're right.
Right, yeah. Most people don't live up to expectations.
No. And some people so surpass them. It's wild.
Mm-hmm. And it's usually the people that were overlooked.
Either overlooked or it was just like, you know, it's the thing I say a lot. You know, he's not a great athlete. He doesn't, when you're talking about quarterbacks, look at Brady. He's a shit athlete. He's got a pretty weak arm. But he's kind of smart.
He understands football unlike anybody else.
Well, and you can't see that on tape.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see the understanding. You can't see the passion for the game. based off what I could see, I know I would have graded Brady pretty fucking low.
Yeah.
I know for a fact.
Well, and not only that, it's like some of the people that go to the NFL, they get there and they go, okay, I'm making my money.
Yep.
And then there's others that are, I want to win.
Right.
You know, and,
I mean,
and that's the difference.
And then trying to predict that, sometimes you look like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you think, oh, this person's going to be awesome. And then they get to the NFL and it's like, oh, I made it. Whatever.
Yeah. Or
here's a pick here.
Or then when Josh Allen, I was so positive that he was going to be that guy. Oh, he was a top 10 pick. He's going to get there. Now he's done. You know?
Well, especially coming out of Wyoming. You know?
Right. Like, I was like, dude, he's just going to... Dude, I made it.
He's going to kick his feet up and just...
I was wrong. Good for him. Like, that's the type of player I love being wrong about. I love being wrong because somebody worked out.
Right.
And was good. It's not fun to be wrong because this guy's going to be one of the best in the league and then he sucks. That sucks. You feel bad for the guy. It sucks for you. It sucks for the world.
Right. And he's another one of those people that were, you know, kind of overlooked. He was, even in college, people just surpassed him and weren't interested in him, didn't want nothing to do with him. And luckily, you know, Wyoming was willing to give him a shot. He had a tough break. I think his redshirt freshman year or whatever, he broke his collarbone.
Yeah.
And then he was out. But he came back, and because he broke his collarbone, it gave him one of the strongest arms in college football. And then he was still pretty talented too with it. So then he ended up in the NFL, and he still got one of the strongest arms out there. So,
you want another Josh Allen take that I had that might piss you off? Actually, it won't. But so Greg Rosenthal tweeted out, "It's hard to imagine anyone with Anthony Richardson's pocket presence and athleticism not succeeding in the NFL." I agree, because at worst, the thing about Richardson, his floor as a passer is very low. But his floor as a player is incredibly high, because he's automatically going to be one of the 5 best rushing quarterbacks in football. He can be what Justin Fields was, right? So it is hard to imagine anyone with Anthony Richardson's athleticism and pocket presence to not be able to succeed. Somebody goes, it's actually incredibly simple to imagine because he's a quarterback who can't throw. How has everyone forgotten that a quarterback needs to throw? My response was, neither could Josh Allen coming out of college, but we're not going to talk about that, are we?
right.
College stats-wise, Richardson's better. And Richardson's pocket presence might be better than Allen's is right now. That's not what Allen's known for, so that's not a big bat. But, like, it's a thing. There are certain things, certain guys, like Trevor Lawrence, that was one of the things you looked at, and it's like, dude, that's one of the reasons he's going to be incredible. Because he just knows where everybody is, no matter where they are.
Right.
20 feet behind him, he never saw him. He knows where he is. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson has a little bit of that. Sure, he's not the perfect... he's not going to throw it with perfect accuracy every time, at least right now.
Right, and that's something that could change, you know. Like, that's the part about getting to the NFL. You never know.
Right.
With being... Because you're
That's the thing,
supposed
you gotta
to be
develop
practice...
them.
You're supposed to be practicing with professionals. Yeah. Professional trainers, professional coaches. They know, you know, most of the time. Not every team, you know. You might get a tough break and end up on the Texans or something. But
Valid.
But, you know... But, like, you end up in a good organization like the Vikings or the Bills or, you know, most organizations are pretty good. But, you know, sometimes you get tough breaks like Trevor Lawrence. You end up on the Jags. But the Jags, you know, they're looking pretty good now. Later. You know? But, I don't know. You just never know who's going to be good, you know? You could pick somebody up off the street and think, oh my God, what the hell? And then all of a sudden he's the next best thing in the NFL, you know? You just never know who's out there. And one thing always to remember, there's always a bigger fish.
Dude, how do you miss the entire thing? So I'll find the official report in a second, but it's basically, so it's been reported today that the Vikings are in strong talks with both the Cardinals and the Texans to trade up to either number 2 or number 3 quarterback time. Some guy goes, okay, but being realistic, Kwesi's going to trade down from 23. No, every report's saying he's going up. He's going up, man. Which I get it. Everybody's like, you wait until next year and mortgage the future for Caleb Williams. Yeah, except the Texans aren't trading out of one next year when it's Caleb Williams on the board.
Right.
The Texans wanted Bryce Young and that was it. He's not going to be there, so they don't want a QB.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they want Will Levis, which makes sense. The racist owner wants the whitest man to ever live.
Mm-hmm.
Homie puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
That's true.
Yeah, like, okay. Yeah. I hate this, though. I hope that one's a smokescreen, but there are loud rumblings out of Minnesota that they're going to move up to 2, but people are saying they love Will Levis. I really hope that part's not true. If you move up to 2, you take either A, the guy, everybody's like, well, we don't want Richardson because of accuracy issues and he doesn't fit KOC's scheme. Richardson and Levis are the same dude. Levis is just worse Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
He's less athletic, smaller armed Richardson. If you're going with one of those guys, you take the freak.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest athlete we've ever seen at the quarterback position. And that's not doubtable. He ranks first in everything. Like, he is the most insane athlete to ever play quarterback. You either take him or you take CJ Stroud, who actually fits the fucking system.
Right.
He's just Kirk.
Right.
But, like, better.
Younger, and you can
I would argue
form him
he could
into
be
something
better.
that's better than Kirk.
Yeah. But the people who are mad, if they trade up, we're going to be pissed. No. I love the philosophy. You got to take bites at the apple.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta.
Otherwise, there won't be no bites left.
Like, I just really hope it's not Levis. Now, maybe they see something I don't see, and that's cool. Or maybe just in the private workouts and the talks they've got to have, Levis has been incredible. And there's also the part of this, because in all of this, Justin Jefferson's been super involved. Mm-hmm. We know this. If Levis is Jefferson's guy, then that's who you go with. Right. I don't care. If that's the guy Justin's like, I like him the most. It's like, all right, deal. If we can get up there, we'll take with. Now, I really hope we trade up with the Cardinals, not the Texans. Because the Texans, the odds jumped up yesterday. Now, I wonder if this was because the Vikings are going to trade up or not. But yesterday, I believe, the odds jumped up for Will Levis at 2. So I think the Texans like him. I'd love it if we went up to 3, Levis and Young are off the board before we get there, and then it's just, you gotta stick with Stroud or Richardson, because I like them both more. Those are my 2 favorite quarterbacks in this class. I think Young is the best quarterback, but there's this issue where he's 5'8", about 180. I don't want the tiny dude, especially behind our offensive line.
Right.
He'll die.
He'll get landed on and crushed.
Give me Richardson or Stroud. Dudes with mobility who are bigger. Who can, have a fucking chance. But, make the move up. I don't care what it's going to take. You've seen me saying it all offseason. If I get it all right, I will be... Because... if the Texans trade out of it, that means I was right. They weren't taking a quarterback. So I would have been right about that. I would have been right about the Vikings moving up. It would be incredible. I don't know if I get proved
So do you think,
that right.
who do you think the Bills are going to...
No idea, because I don't know what's going to be there.
Right, but do you think the Bills need to take offensive line?
Dude.
Defensive?
The Bills
what do you think would benefit
so
them the
much
most?
help. I think if one of the tackles is available, that's who I'd go with. If Osiris Torrance is there, that's who I'd go with. But also, like, the D-line outside of Von Miller isn't that good. Ed Oliver's fine, but he's not special. He's not a playmaker. You don't have another playmaker. Your linebackers aren't that good outside of Matt Milano, especially now that Edmonds is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you need an edge, you need a big guy in the middle, you need a linebacker. Your safeties are both getting old.
Yep.
Your corners, if Trey White doesn't become, like, go back to being that guy, your corners suck.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair to Kaiir Elam. He could get better. He is still a young player. I'm not going to judge that too fast.
I mean, he didn't do the best last year, but he did show some good stuff.
Sure. But it's one of those things. As of right now, if we're just talking about what I know is on the roster, corner sucks. It's a bad spot. So
there's a lot we could take, and that would be the pressure.
The Bills are in it's one of the best positions to be in a draft. You just take best player available.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever your board is, because for me, it'll be different than what the Bills is and whatever, because that's how scouting works. Everybody's big board is different. But, if you're sitting there and Bijan Robinson is still available at 27, I don't care that you drafted James Cook last year. You take the best player in the class.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how that works. If somehow Jalen Carter, because of the character concerns, because he, drove his car too fast. He wasn't drunk. He just drove too fast. And the car he was racing had a drunk driver, and they crashed and died. So it's his fault. Now, later, his pro day, he came in out of shape and couldn't complete the drills. So that's a problem. But maybe an NFL team can fix that. Maybe not. That's why I keep saying Seattle's a good place for him, because they work that issue out most of the time. But if Jalen Carter falls, you take that guy. If one of the edges fall or a tackle, you don't have to do that whole, we need a corner. We really think this guy's more of a second-round pick, but we're going to pull the trigger now because we're afraid. Nah, you just, the best guy you can find.
Mm-hmm.
Because outside of quarterback, you need everything. One of the receivers is there that you love, you take him.
That's my sad. I'd really like to see a strong wide receiver 2 on the Bills. That would be...
Yeah.
That would be really helpful for Diggs.
Yeah. Gabe Davis isn't your favorite wide receiver too?
Gabe Davis is a solid player.
He's not,
but
though.
Not...
Okay, that's rude. I'm not going to go that far. Gabe Davis...
He's done some good things.
He's like a worse version of, a Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Where the only threat he has is the deep threat with the speed.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't a bad thing to have on a team. It's an awful thing to have as wide receiver, too.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Davis should be a 3 or 4.
Yeah. He should just be a 2. Weapon. But
that's
right
the problem.
Now he's supposed to do so much more, and he's just not that guy.
Yeah. So, but, he'd be an awesome person to have number 3. But we need a solid number 2 to help Diggs, free him up a little bit, have more, pass threat. Because the Bills they're a pass-heavy team. Now, I'm excited to see what we do with James Cook this year, how well he performs. And I also, I know we got our other running back that we just brought in from the Patriots.
Yeah, Damian Harris.
Damian Harris. He's got good hands, and he's basically Devin Singletary 2.0, except a little better, I think. But I don't know.
Well, and that's another thing for the Bills too. You're for the Bijan Robinson to the Bills, you're not going to have to worry about that. It's not possible. Basically, at this point, no one thinks he's getting out of the top 10.
Right.
So, which is good. I'm glad people are figuring. Seen a couple people say he should be drafted actual experts say he should go top 3. Mm-hmm. The issue is he's a running back, so the positional value plays a factor. I don't think it should. I think if you think he's the best player in the class, it shouldn't matter. Well, he's a running back. Take the good player.
The problem about the thing about him is though he's not just a running back. He's an all around back.
Right.
He can play anything.
But to me as a GM, if you're worried about your job, right? Let's say you're the. It's tough for the teams in the top 5 because none of the GMs are really worried about it.
Right.
Panthers GM is new. Cardinals GM is new. The Texans GM is going to go defense anyways, which makes sense. They have running backs, so they're fine there. But, like, let's say it was the Cardinals' previous GM and feels like you're on your last straw. Bijan's the type of guy you take that guarantees you get to take another guy next year. Because it's going to be a hit. Because running backs almost always are anyways. But one this talented is nuts. I think people are going a little crazy. You know, one of the best running back prospects of all time? No. But an incredible one? Yes. Is he Zeke or Saquon? I don't think so.
No.
Not coming out.
Could be.
Right. But I think he
there.
could be better just because he's so good at receiver. He could be what David Johnson should have been. We never got to see what David Johnson should have been. He had 1.5 incredible years and then just exploded. But, like, Bijan could go nuts. I think if he ends up on the fucking Eagles, I'm going to cry.
Oh, God.
There was a rumor, not just a rumor, Akbar Bajabiamila, he was the American Ninja Warrior, like, caster guy. He also was a safety in the NFL.
Okay.
But more people know him as the guy from American Ninja Warrior.
Right.
One of the announcers on that.
Yep.
He has the same agent as Derrick Henry. He tweeted out that Derrick Henry was going to be an Eagle. I don't think you just do that if you don't know something.
Right.
The Titans have talked about how they're willing to ship Derrick Henry. The Eagles could go, well, we have 2 first-round picks. We could give them 30. Basically the last pick in the... Or maybe it's not even that, or it's a different pick, and they get fucking Rashad Penny, Mr. 8 yards a carry, and the king.
Can we send him somewhere else, please?
Can we veto that?
Yeah. Can we...
Dalvin Cook
send him to the Vikings side.
No,
not the Bills side, please.
What?
I mean, send him to...
The Eagles are the Vikings side.
Right. Sorry, I get confused sometimes.
I know.
But I don't want to have to face the Eagles in the Super Bowl with Derrick
Henry. I already don't want to have to face the Eagles and the King. That's scary. But, like, so if that happens, the Eagles won't take Bijan. But their thoughts, the Eagles pick at 10, and people are like, the Falcons might just do it. The Falcons might just go, fuck it. Yeah, Tyler Allgeier's good, and Cordero Patterson's fine. But, man... And if you're going to stick with Ritter, I mean, just give him another guy. Because I don't think there's a receiver worth taking that high. That's not true. JSN's incredible. But I don't think the Falcons are the type of team to take a slot receiver in the top 10. I don't think there's any team willing to do that. I think JSN ends up probably as a Packer or a Jet. Or seems like it could be the Eagles, which either way... God, that would suck. End up with the King and JSN.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happens. The Eagles have a good chance. They already have a good chance of being back in the freaking Super Bowl.
Easily. Their competition is the Vikings and the Cowboys.
But that if Kansas City is planning on being there again, that's got to make them sweat like, oh shit.
Kansas City, they don't sweat at all. They got that motherfucker Mahomes.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to matter who you got. They got that motherfucker Mahomes. Oh, that's not true. There's one guy that mattered when it came to Mahomes being around. Brady.
Yeah.
But he doesn't exist no more. So they got that motherfucker Mahomes.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Mahomes is a problem, man. How do you win a Super Bowl with Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdez-Scantling as your 2 best receivers?
Well, for one, it's a stupid good organization. Like,
yeah, but dude, they're not that talented.
No, they were just smart.
It's just Andy Reid and Mahomes are too fucking good at their jobs, and I hate them. Dude, I don't know what it is about Mahomes, man, and I don't know how nobody saw it. I mean, Andy Reid saw it, obviously, because he traded up to 11 to get him, but that dude got picked number 11. He was the 3rd quarterback off the board.
Right.
The Deshaun one, at the time, I understood. Deshaun had just won a national championship and was the best quarterback in college football. Mitchell Trubisky getting picked over both of them will always haunt me.
What?
Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky was the number 2 pick in that draft. Myles Garrett went 1. Mitchell Trubisky to the Bears at 2.
And
then Deshaun at 10 to the Texans, and Mahomes at 11 to the Chiefs.
Now back to you never know who's going to be really good or really bad.
Yeah. No, you knew. No, there was no world in which Mitch worked out.
Right.
There was just, I didn't see it, especially on the Bears. Even though he did look decent on the Bears that one year, where, he was disguised the entire time.
Right.
What else we got? What other? Yeah, that's the thing though. That's what I mean. You never know who's gonna. Last year the Patriots picked a guy who the Rams came out and said was like a 7th round pick on our board. We were gonna consider taking him in the 5th round. Patriots took him in the 1st. Turns out he was really fucking good.
Some people just see things, man.
I don't fucking know. Belichick.
That's true.
It's not his fault he's stuck with Mac Jones. But apparently they're trying to trade Mac Jones. I don't know who the fuck wants Mac Jones.
Nobody? I mean, nobody?
No, I hope not at least. Nah, he's going to get traded to the Raiders. For Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Who just signed there.
That makes no sense. I mean, I'd rather have Jimmy G over.
I don't know if I would, because Jimmy G's old, and we know what happens when Jimmy G gets in the playoffs.
I'd rather have Jimmy G, old Jimmy G, and then hope for something in a draft somewhere. I would not want to have Mac Jones. I'd rather have a rookie playing on my team as my starting quarterback than.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, first glance, I thought, oh, God, this kid's going to be good. This is the next Brady. And then second glance, I threw up.
No, first glance, I knew super unathletic, terrible arm, kind of stupid.
And I don't see that thing. All I seen was they kicked the shit out of the Bills. So
I watched multiple games. He's just a cunt, and I knew that wouldn't work. Now, when I saw him grab Brian Burns' ankle and try to break it in half,
that's when I knew. That.
I knew before that because I was one of the people who said he's not a first-round pick. He's not. I was right. He's not good. There's a reason There's a method to my madness sometimes. Now, I did say Buddy is going to Belichick, so who the fuck knows?
True.
But
Belichick's just scary, so people...
Belichick, Kyle Shanahan's the same way. If he would have went to San Fran, there's a world where it's like, fuck, I mean, God, he has people believing Brock Purdy is actually good at football, so... Kyle Shanahan, everybody. Hate that guy.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick's team does good just because they're scared of him.
Maybe.
He's just grouchy looking all the time.
Yeah. Because he is grouchy. Oh, hashtag Vikings.
I like when his rookie, I think he's a running back or something like that, got his first touchdown. He tried to give Belichick his, first touchdown ball. And Belichick just kind of looked at it like, I don't fucking want that. And I was like, oh, come on, Bill. Don't be a dick. Guy's just trying to, be courteous and show a little gratitude towards you.
I really hope Lewis Seen and Andrew Booth and Caleb Evans and Brian Asamoah, basically the entire Vikings draft class from last year. I think people don't realize that. The Vikings were really good last year. One of our first 8 draft picks got to play. One. I really hope that these guys... Andrew Booth is the one I'm most excited about. You knew that.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of banging the table saying we should pick him at 12. We traded back twice and still got it.
Yeah, because I remember you were all upset.
I was like, fuck. Well,
Like,
because
what
we
the
traded
fuck?
back to 32, and I'm like, okay, we're taking Andrew Booth here. There's no other... What the fuck are we doing? Lewis Cine? If we're going to pick a safety, why didn't we pick Kyle Hamilton? I was not happy. And then, oh, now we're trading with the Packers? Why? Okay. Oh, Andrew Booth!
They're like, okay, that works.
All right, we win. Dope. I'll take
GG.
it. I'll take it. I'm still mad we picked Brian Asamoah over Leo Chenal, though. And that's not a shot at Asamoah. I really like him. Leo Chenal was just the best linebacker in last year's class. How he fell to the third round of the Chiefs, I'll never fucking know.
Right.
NFL scripted. How did the Chiefs get Leo Chenal? Well,
It
that's...
feels like we just had the draft and now we're having another one.
Right.
Time's flying. I don't know how to feel about it.
What's the better deal? Obvious. That's such a horrible take. 2 centers, both signed contracts for 3 years. Garrett Bradbury, who's a full 2 years younger, signed for 3 years, $15.7 million. Connor McGovern, who's again full 2 years older and has performed worse in every statistical category, 3 years, $27 million. The better deal is the Vikings for getting the younger guy for cheaper. The younger, better guy for cheaper. But the better deal for the player is obviously the one who got paid more. That's always the better deal. I'm never... It's one of the weird things when you talk about NFL money. Because you can't not talk about what money players are making. That's important. Because salary cap exists. If it was like baseball where the cap didn't exist, we shouldn't talk about it. That's why I got so offended at the one guy talking about Odell's contract, where only $3 million of it counts against the cap, but he's making 15, so that's an overpay. Dude, no, great for him. Get your money, man. If it's not going to affect the team, pay him as much as he wants. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like, there's no such thing as an overpay. There's an overcap pay. That's the issue here. I think if a guy can make $40 million, but it only counts 2 against the cap, pay him that much. That's awesome for the dude. And
Right.
it's good for the team.
It's good for the team too.
Fuck it. I'm happy.
People don't understand that though. They just
Right?
they just see a total number and they're like, "Oh,
and that's
fuck."
the number they care about, you know?
It's like literally the total number matters not at all. You want to look at the cap space. What does it go towards the cap? That's the only thing you should ever care about. Like, because that total in the end can change. That's what happens when, people rework their contract. That's changing the total in the end. Just like the Bills did to make some cap room to hopefully pick up, good people, and they did okay, I guess. Hopefully they do better in the draft, I guess. I don't.
Right? God, I hope the Vikings are trading up that far. I just really hope it's not for Levis.
It'd be funny if it was.
That's the worst.
It'd be funny if it was.
Nah, the Panthers are going to trade out of 1. We're going to go... No, I don't want that, actually. I don't want Bryce Young. I love Bryce Young. He's going to be the best quarterback out of this class for the, 8 games he gets to play.
Mm-hmm.
I just have no faith, at least in Minnesota's ability to protect a guy that fragile. And that's not a shot at Bryce Young. Like I said, he's the best quarterback in this class. He's gonna be incredible while he's on the field. I just question how healthy you'll be able to stay when you're that small.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll surprise us and he'll be the one that doesn't get hurt at all.
That'd be awesome. But I don't know. I don't know if I can see a world where it works that way.
I think he'll be okay for the first couple of years. And then when he starts getting some age on him, he's going to...
That'll definitely be part of it, for sure.
Like Josh Allen, he's already, starting to talk like, I can't keep doing what I'm doing. I am getting a little older, and I need to be a little smarter with the physicality that I play by. So, I view that as a good thing, in my mind, because it's gonna force him to make smarter decisions, I believe. So, at least he's attempting to make better decisions with his gameplay instead of just being Cam Newton all over again. I think it was kind of an eye-opener when he tore his elbow.
Yeah.
He's just super lucky he didn't have to have surgery on it.
See, but that's also a weird thing, because he tore it standing in the pocket throwing a pass. So that's not going to teach him to not be a jackass when he runs. Because he just stays being a jackass every time he takes off.
Right.
Dude seeks out contact. That's fucking stupid.
But what I'm saying is he's realizing, okay, I'm not indestructible. One of these times, me being a dumbass is gonna catch up to me, and it might take me out of a game. That's the one thing about Josh Allen. He does not want to get taken out of the game. Like if he had to, he would play with a broken leg. They wouldn't let him, but that's just who he is. He does not want to come out of the game for nothing. And I guess that's admirable, but also you have to be smart in order to be like that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Ooh. Star Wars Visions Volume 2, the anime Star Wars show, arrives May the 4th on Disney+.
Well, of course. May the 4th be with you.
Yes, Star Wars Day. Dude, Friday is going to be or I guess if you're seeing this, today is going to be such a pain in the dick.
It's going to be busy for you.
Yeah, so Jedi Fallen Order. Not Jedi Fallen Order. Jedi Survivor, the new Star Wars game, comes out. Night 2 of the NFL draft. The first night of the WWE draft. And D&D. All on Friday.
I'm excited.
It's too much.
For D&D.
I'm just going to kill all your characters.
And that's a wrap. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Kill us all off and heroes lose.
One of you gets to live.
Oh. To tell the tale?
It's probably going to be Golfrak. Because he got to keep the special weapon.
It's probably true.
So then I only have to work out 4 new weapons, not 5. And by that I just mean switching who gets what, renaming it, and making it make more sense for each character. Because they are, specially built for each character. I think you all noticed that when it was the axe.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, yeah, when none of us were like, oh, well, I want the axe.
No, right? It's like, big guy.
Yeah, I looked at him right away and was like, you earned this.
Yep.
This is yours.
Wonder what the next one will be. I genuinely don't know. I'm just as lost as you guys are. You guys make the roll to decide which one it's going to be.
Right, yeah. So, we just have to get there. Once we get there, then the roll decides.
Yeah, which is fun. I kind of have the story planned out for what's next, but...
Yeah. Ooh. That's good. I'm just curious what kind of fucking freakish thing he's going to throw at us next.
Now, see, next time maybe it'll be normal.
Maybe.
Well, normal-ish. I mean, still hard to beat, but it could be just a dragon.
X marks the spot.
It could
just be. A dragon.
Well, that's not freaky shit. It's just a dragon.
Just a dragon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you afraid of? You literally worship them, you weirdo.
Right, but my first D&D game I ever played, ever. He got beheaded.
That's true.
A character that he had played for...
That one not that long, only a year.
Still. A character you spent an entire... not a year in D&D. A year in actual time. and just there goes your head because crit double aught.
I was gonna die anyways.
That's not the point. You still got beheaded.
I wonder if they would have helped my character make it out. Because I know they told Bjorn which one to take.
Yeah.
So he could make it out. I wonder if they would have for my character.
Doubt it.
I don't know if...
You're you.
Yeah, but she was pregnant. You really gonna kill a kid, too?
Yep.
Yeah, probably. Our D&D group's fucked up. The whole story of how all of that happened is fucked up. I'm still... Another one of those reasons that, I don't go to that game night.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, what the fuck was this week's game? Because you all created new characters.
Yep. It's basically Lord of the Rings D&D style.
Why? Oh, like you're playing a different game, not D&D?
It's a different game based off the D&D system.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool.
Because I thought you were playing the Grimspell game.
No.
Well, that's good. Because I was going to be kind of pissed at why I didn't get an invite. I'm glad Andy's being pissy about it. You guys are dicks.
Well, not
he texts you in the morning. What time are we playing? And then just no reply all day. And then, do you guys have another group chat where you decide what time we're playing? Well, we just tried to call you. Dude, you have to let him know.
Right.
What fucking time? You dicks.
Right. What? When I seen that text, I looked at Dan. I was like, Dan, you didn't fucking... Because I thought he called Andy. Because he said something about, I'll call you. And I thought he had called Andy and gave him a time. And then I'm like... Then after he said that, I just looked at Dan like, you didn't fucking tell him a time? Oh, fuck it, I forgot to do that.
Yikes.
God, Dan. Then I felt like an asshole, and I'm like lumped in with all the assholes.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys, don't make me look like an asshole just because you guys are assholes. Yeah. I don't want... So now I'm going to start texting Andy a time.
It's alright, I'm mad at Andy right now. He ignored me. I texted him on Friday about our D&D group, our Thursday group. I'm just going to send him a question mark and see. I don't know if he even got that text. Maybe that's the issue. I don't know. Things are weird. I'm just sending a question mark.
Yeah.
But, because my Thursday group hasn't gamed in weeks. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, you know what he did, right?
Who?
He's got, Andy.
Oh, no.
He's got a vampire game he's playing Thursdays.
Oh, that's fucked up.
He just started last week.
Right.
But
that's fucked up.
He's got an online vampires thing going.
What happened to our vampire game? Bastard.
Right. But, well, he talked about that, too. He said that's kind of on hold for now, but he wants to get back to it. But he's trying to... What he's trying to do is he's trying to create a vampire game so that when Dan's going to be taking a bunch of time off, the group...
because when summer comes around, all of the...
Yeah, so he's hoping to be a DM, just kind of... So we'll still be at the table and stuff, but he wants to DM from the little... We got like a little stand now with the...
Nice.
iPad thing.
Nice. It'll be nice that if I go back, I don't have to bring my laptop anymore. You guys have figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, or if I bring it, I can use it.
Yeah. Well, and this way it's kind of nice because it's a stand, and we can it kind of hangs up high. So whenever we draw something out, we just kind of tilt it down, and he can kind of see.
But it'll be nice to be able to have my iPad there for the character sheet, and then have my fucking laptop so I can take good notes better and faster. Yeah. I can type a lot faster than I can write. That's not true. I can write really fast.
Right.
There isn't a goddamn thing on this planet that could read it, though.
Yeah.
When I take my time, it's hard to read.
Yeah, but the other part of the whole time thing was we, every once in a while we play Lord of the Rings, the online app thing or whatever.
So you get there all early and then...
So we get there all early and then and that is a technically separate chat, because You know, the app itself is on the iPad, so it would be really hard to have somebody who's not physically there to play that game.
Yep.
So I mean, we're all there already. I still felt like an asshole because somebody should have let him know what time. We pretty much start at the same time every time anyway. But still. What if it was canceled or whatever? He's sitting there waiting on us.
Or just whatever.
Yeah.
It's tough.
But I don't know.
What is going on?
What did he?
WWE. Triple H had an announcement. I want to know what it was. Did he actually announce anything? I don't know.
Triple H was one of my only wrestlers I actually liked.
Okay, cool. I finally got an answer from Andy. An announcement by Triple H that will rock the foundation of WWE. Interesting. But then he's not there. Ooh, Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor. Tonight. Oh, dude, I need this shirt so bad. So, you remember back in the day, Stone Cold, Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I wanted the Austin 316, right?
Yeah.
Because Austin 316 says that I'm going to whoop your ass. So, fuck. The Austin 316 shirt, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Finn 14 Staples.
Ouch. That's rough.
Dude, he wears that shirt now. Before every match and shit.
Gotta own it, man.
I love the fucking... the demon and then the fucking cut up his head. But yeah, I just saw the Finn versus Cody thing, and then you can see the shirt. It's like, oh yeah, Finn 14 Staples. What a fucking name. Oh god, it's gonna be incredible. All right, well, I don't have much else to say.
I'm done.
Maybe we'll have more next week on this fucked up show.
Yeah. Scuffed up.
Fucking scuffed. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.